I'm going to share with you something that was rather unique. I ended up going to the Palo Alto Hospital, VA hospital, a couple times last week. And I was given another soldier who came down with me on the bus to ride home. And I straightened up the front seat, so he took my gear off of that, and I had placed this black bag that had my Bible in it, granola bars, and that. And I put it on top of the roof while I'm straightening out opening the car door, and taking stuff off the seat, and getting the other veterans settled. And guess who left the bag with the Bible that was inside, granola bars and what have you, on the rooftop. Now, as I was leaving our place, just before you get on the highway, there's a traffic light, and this is a light fighter's lane or something like that. I'm not sure just what they call it, I forget. And I heard a thump. And I asked the other veteran, David, could you check and see if my bag is in the back? And he said, George, the black bag is gone. And so I had to drive a mile or so down the road, maybe more, turn around and come back. And I said, we'll have to keep our eyes peeled for it. And sure as heck, there's a section of the road just before the highway, but before the turn, I had this foam thing here for my back for making the ride more comfortable. I had a newspaper and other stuff in the car, my granola bars, and my Bible. Now there was one section that looked like somebody had taken a newspaper and rolled it up. It was in almost like a ball of paper together. And it was this section here. I flattened it out by putting books on top of it and easing it out that way. And I will use gel medium and put it back into the Bible. What was unique about it is that one of my favorite verses is Luke chapter 4. And that was the front page of what was all crumpled up. And it's the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he has anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised, to preach the acceptable year of the Lord. But there's another part there, you go down a little bit further. That verse was verse 18. And you shall surely say unto this proverb, physician, heal yourself, etc., what we've done and so forth. And I end up seeming to always getting screwed up at hospitals and having to be my own medical advocate at times. I was in the VA hospital for close to 2 months last year on a PICC line. They changed all my medication. They'd throw it out and they gave me a bunch of new stuff, which ran me up a fair bill, which I'm paying on time. And they stopped my blood pressure pills. I ended up in the emergency room 3 different times with blood pressure like 180 over 160. And not long before that time, they were doing an ophthalmologist tested my eyes. I had a hole in the back of my eyes and the start of macular degeneration, and I'd have to use 2 and 3 power glasses to read the relatively large print in hymnals. Now I can read that without glasses. I can read the small giveaway Bibles without glasses. And I think God has taken care of my eyes, among other things, so I can paint better, so I can read the Bible. I will use gel medium and put that back together as best I can. And on the cover, I have, I am with you. And that is what I've been feeling, that God is with me. I was under No, actually I wasn't under stress, but I had to make 3 payments of $3,860.26. And I did my spiritual paintings. I did writing my spiritual songs. I was visiting rest homes. I'd have to make an effort too, and I do that toward crunch time. And I contact some people, this or that, and I made the first 2. Then I had to make the 3rd one, and I had someone help me with a portion of that earlier, and nowhere near the amount that I needed. But thank God I used that. I did not. My attitude was I would use it for pay my bills, keep everything current, my phone and that on, my computer. I'm currently being hacked in I call it a mercenary hacker. If you go to my homepage, www.bleichforart.com, there's a section called 2007, which was the last year I had my gallery. And I was very outspoken about everything that I felt that was wrong in the world. And I love St. Francis, so I try to be a peacemaker. Try to be a peacemaker among the children of Abraham. Get involved with that people hate. People that hate each other, hate you. I've had broken glass put behind my car and ended up with a bad blowout. If it happened on the windy road, I could have been killed. I killed somebody else. And I do recall, I brought this beautiful painting over here to an outdoor rosary. I gave out pictures. Everybody loved it. But one man, I saw what you wrote on that painting. I don't want one of your pictures. And what bothered him, I believe, was, may the light of God's love enter the hearts of all of Abraham's children, and we live in peace and love. Fill your hearts with God's love, not fear and hate. But anyway, I will have this functioning. And it's a special Bible. One of my mission statements in life is to promote Christ's 2 commands of love, which is love God most of all with all your heart and soul, and love your neighbor as Jesus loves you. Now there's a 3rd one. I sent here to promote 3 of Christ's commands of love, not 2. Then there's a new one. Love your neighbor as I have loved you, as Jesus has loved you. And that's unconditional. Well, I'll share briefly one other little story with you. That I had a renter who planted morning glories. And she had an opportunity where she could go somewhere where she didn't have to pay rent for a couple of weeks, and she lived on a very tight budget. In dire need of a car. I used to drive her everywhere, to work, back, and so forth. And I used to do that when she worked caring for the people who were ill. And so I had these morning glories come out, but they were pink. And I wrote the lady an uplifting song, kind of fun. And she was one of the few people who tried to help me do well by using whatever knowledge she had and suggestions using feng shui and other things like that, and also Psalms for prosperity. And but the morning glories were pink. And I'm thinking, Mary is my morning glory girl too. I go to church every day and I lead the rosary after Mass, and the fondness for the rosary. I've been to Lourdes twice. I work paternally with people. This morning there was a beautiful blue morning glory. Just made me very happy. Well, may God bless you and take good care.